The prophecy has been fulfilled. As of September 2024, quite literally a single day after I posted my Size Matters Platinum video, Secret Agent Clank became available for emulation. And with this new edition, now every Ratchet & Clank game from the PlayStation 2 to the PlayStation 3 to the PSP to the single game on the PlayStation 4 and the single game on the PlayStation 5, all console-based Ratchet & Clank games now have a list of trophies. Today, we will be focusing on Secret Agent Clank's list of 36 trophies, but we can't forget to plus 1 for the Platinum, so it's actually 37. Sack got hounded and made out to be one of the ugly ducklings of the ensemble of games. A bit of an outcast, a Sigma if you will. But I'll tell you what I think about the game right after I pop the Platinum, so stick around. To set the stage for Secret Agent Clank, for those who may not remember, it opens with none other than our boy Ratchet getting tossed in jail after he gets caught sneaking around a museum late at night. Something was definitely off about Ratchet though. He was confronted by the coppers and he was doing some weird things. Clank doesn't believe it's truly him that did the crime. So Clank, as a secret agent, steps into the museum to investigate. Here in the museum is where I packed up my first 4 trophies, while also learning how to play this game again after like 15 years. The first thing I was aiming to do was to read 4 informational plaques around the area. There's way more than 4 in total, so it's hard to miss, but you would still have to be curious enough to actually interact with them. What does this plaque say? Oh, we got a trophy. The laser sight on this stone acts as a classic example of robots improving on organic technology and yet somehow still missing the point. So while you're playing as Clank, one of the main mechanics of the game is trying to maintain a stealthy streak as you sneak around these locations. If you perform enough sneaky and clear enough rooms without being spotted, you can get the highest streak of X11. Let's go. I am a stealth master, meaning I got the stealth bonus of ×11. Oh shit. The final 2 trophies in Voltaire are simply just for progressing the level. You cannot miss these. When you need a boost, obtain the jet boots. So real of me. This is only level fucking 1, bro. I got a trophy. The plot thinkins. Complete your But then the game has us take a look-see at how Ratchet's doing now that he's put in prison, and weirdly enough, he's back to his normal self. But the level of corruption in this joint makes American prisons look like a bounce house. It's so bad that even the warden himself got paid off so all the inmates could try to duke it out with Ratchet. That being said, gameplay-wise, these levels are all arena, round-based combat sections against some of Ratchet's most recognizable foes from games like Going Commando, Ouya, and Deadlocked. Each time we get put into a new arena, there's new environmental obstacles and hazards, and these levels usually come in groups of 3 or 4 and they escalate in difficulty, topping it off with so-called mega challenges where you fight the toughest enemies in this arena. Mega challenges usually also give you a titanium bolt, which takes us right to our next 2 trophies after doing our first mega challenge. Nice. Clutched up, and I got a titanium bolt with it. Oh, I got a mega challenge as well. That's 1. Anything else? And another one. The titanium bolt. We got 2. The double trophy drop, the rare. We're at 6. So now we're back out on the streets of the galaxy. Clank followed a lead to a planet called Asyanica. My dog forgot to check his ship for an electrified kiddie pool though. Rookie mistake, honestly. It wouldn't happen to a guy like me. But Clank has no choice but to call upon the Gadgebots for support after he gets captured. The Gadgebot sections in this game are basically those puzzles from Size Matters, but if you made their layout 3-dimensional with a third-person camera instead. But it comes with a similar form to the Ratchet parts. These Gadgebot parts each come in groups of 3, 2 of them being optional that you can do for extra bolts, and this time I can do them all for a trophy. We did it. The Gadgebot Puzzler. Complete all Gadgebot challenges in any of my locations. Now that Clank has been freed, we can go back to playing the actual game. I bought some shit from the vendor, one of those shits being worth a trophy drop. Fancy moves. Download the Clank Fu Kick. Okay. The next part has an unmissable gadget pickup for a trophy as well. The Omni Key. Obtain the Omni Key. That was our trophy. And it wouldn't be a Ratchet game without skill points, so there must be trophies for skill points as the rules say. This is where I received my first one. That's it. Pick that lock. Got a skill point.
Turn your cufflink bombs into traps.
By getting a skill point. I mean a trophy. I got a skill point because I got a trophy. I'm a trophy because I got a skill point. That's number 10. And getting through planet Asyanica overall pops another trophy. So it's actually weak as fuck. Woo kaboom. Corner number woo. Pick up the trail again in that Asyanica. Can't remember what they called it. And that's when whatever fun I was having in this game took a massive nosedive. I saw him on my screen. What? Quark? Oh hell nah, bro. The Quark sections are genuinely fucking dreadful in this game. I wouldn't wish any gamer to play them. It's literally strafe right, strafe left, hold circle until it's over. It took me about 4 minutes to get through the first one, and it was actual piss. I hated every second of it, and I will never get those 4 minutes back, man. They did not have to make this part. I feel like it's kind of a waste. But if you think the pain is over now, I regret to inform you that this game must have ADHD the way it be riddling these mini games everywhere. I kind of glossed over it earlier, but there is one at the end of the first planet, but it wasn't that bad mostly. I got a bone to pick with that one later, don't worry. But originally, it starts out with just the face buttons, and it's really not that bad. But here on Planet Glaciara, they added the arrow buttons in the same respective spots as the face buttons, so I started gaslighting myself that maybe I got musical dyslexia the way these buttons were blending together. But oh, that was up arrow in the triangle spot. But thank God for the rewind function built in the PS5 emulator though. I could have been there all night doing this shit. So we passed the rhythm check, and that allows Clank to rizz up the robot Ivana Lotta Bolts and also release a trophy to me. Secret Agent Grace. Survive a dance with Ivana Lotta Bolts. Too easy for a guy like me.
Doubtful.
When Clank takes off, that also triggers our first vehicle level. All these levels are identical in gameplay when they occur, and they're not super interesting, but like the Gadgebot levels, they also come in a group of 3, and if you complete all 3 of them, you get a trophy drop at the end of the completion. I got a skill point. Driving up the challenge. Complete all vehicle challenges in any location. So, we do another Ratchet section in the mess hall of the prison, no trophies there, and then that puts us back on track with Agent Clank on planet Rheanosis, tracking down this dude called the Kingpin and his accomplice, Jack of all trades. You do a little trailing section like it's a single player Ubisoft title released in the last 2 decades. They played Assassin's Creed 2 and thought this shit went so hard. You also do a little platforming in the sky, you fight some bad guys until you get to the end, where Kingpin gets away and Jack gets one-tapped by a cutscene. Jack attack. Take down Jack and learn where the eye was taken.
Tied.
Just one tap them, bro. After that is yet another fucking Quark section that is a huge waste of time. I want another 4 minutes of my life back, man. Fuck. Anyways, so the next part of the game takes place in the Bunch of French Words casino. And they give us a free gadget that allows us to disguise ourselves as our enemy for a limited time, opening us up to sneaky plays. I've acquired the hollow monocle. Can we gamble?
With the hollow monocle, you can take
Elegantly
pictures of people
deceptive.
to disguise yourself. To take a picture, equip the hollow
Just got the hollow
and
monocle.
press the select button.
I've just been buying a lot of things, which is why it looks like I have no balls. Give him the PJ Slammer. Complete 25 stealth takedowns. It's too easy. For a guy like me, I do it all the time. It took about another hour of gaming with Clank, intercut with a Ratchet section, that then returns back to Clank so we can continue the mission, but also my game crashed the one and only time here, which was kind of funny. Did my game just crash? Cowboy Clank then has to play a card game with a bunch of dudes and a lady who is literally in the credits as Sexy Robot. It's a bit on the nose, guys, alright? Come on. This card game ain't even a card game because it's another rhythm game. This shit kicked my ass, but also it had some Gadgebot combat spliced in there, which the combat is the worst part of the Gadgebots, so this shit goes on way too long. More Gadgebots? This is so long. But I finally ended it, and that's another trophy. Are we done yet? Oh my god, finally. Always bet on Clank. The 17th trophy, that was really...
I'm afraid the prize
That was
you
tough.
crave.
Clank then continues his investigation at the Ven Antonio Labs. This area features the return of the Amoeboids and the return of none other than reading plaques on the wall. Was that another plaque? Ah! Agency Reconnaissance. Read 3 plaques in Ven Antonio Labs, just as I suspected. The end of that level gives us a lead to the Bolt Factory at Fort Sprocket, but we can't go there until we talk about Quark Opera. Yes, a genuine level that seared my brain like hot metal. I never forgot this one, and when I remembered that it was here, I was very upset by its mere existence. I'm straight face gang over here, bro. However, I am only bringing it up because about halfway through with this butterfly jumping part, I landed a quad head stomp, and apparently that is a trophy.
Changed. Do you think that is strange?
Quarking up. What's that? Earn 1 up with Quark. Alright. Back on track to that Bolt Factory, I progressed almost all the way through the level, and that's where I spotted it. Ah, I see a bolt over there. Titanium bolt. I'm gonna rewind. Take those. Treasure? Oh wait, tie treasure, like titanium tie treasure. Alright. But then at the end of the area, Clank gets trapped in the bolt vault of the factory, meaning that his Gadgebot's gotta come and rescue him again. This section is pretty long, but it's still better than the card game one, and it has a trophy at the end of it. I defeated the AI. Gadgebot rescue. Escape Fort Sprocket with a little help from your friends. Thanks, Gadgebots. After that, there's a Ratchet section in the showers of the prison, but nothing changed here. So Clank tracks down the Kingpin to a spaceship graveyard that has some nasty growing alien life forms spreading all over it. And right when I started, I noticed that I was close to the next trophy I needed. I have 80,000 bolts. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do, I wanna keep going with my bolts and hit 100,000, because there's a trophy for having 100,000 on hand. Very nice. Hey, another trophy for hitting 100,000 boltaroos. I ended up picking it up pretty close to the end of Clank's part, which getting to it is also a trophy by itself, so we got 2. Alright. Big problems need big solutions. And the big reveal is that Kingpin is actually a mech bodysuit for Klunk. Yo, what's with high impact in these bodysuit mechs? First Luna, now Klunk? What's going on here? So probably the second worst Quark part came up after, and I wanted to die, but I continued anyway. Immediately into a copy-paste Giant Clank section from Size Matters. What the fuck are they cooking, man? They just copy-pasted the Size Matters minigame, but it's quite literally identical. So, in Ratchet's final section, he's gotta prevent the prisoners from escaping after his alter ego incited a riot at the joint. Kinda base though. But during this part, I leveled up my lacerators to the max level. Each time a weapon levels up, it gains a new attribute to its firepower and gets stronger. It's kinda cool, how it's supposed to be. I let him escape. Yep, weapon evolution. We got the dual Vindicators. Upgrade a weapon 3 times. Clank had another sleepy ass vehicle section, and that brings us to the final level, Klunk's underwater hideout. But first, yet another fucking Quark section, the worst one bar none. Tower defense bullshit with awful movement because of this horse thing. Please return my 10 minutes high impact, this shit is so ass. Also one more Gadgebot section. At this point I was getting kinda sick of it because I just wanted to play the actual game. So in the underwater hideout, all the enemies have their back to the door, which is kinda goated. Because when I do my quick time event 9-second cutscene that is required to play each and every time, So for this level, I was gaslit into believing that there would be a trophy for sneaking through this level without getting spotted. So I heard there was a skill point for doing this without getting spotted. So we're gonna try that. So I was using every tool at my disposal. Part of the way through, I was using that monocle disguise thing that I got earlier, and that's how I got the following trophy. There it is, deception guaranteed. Disguise yourself as 8 unique robots. But turns out, sneaking through this area is a skill point, but not a trophy. Shaking my damn head. But it was low-key lucky that I did that because that was my 19th skill point so far during this playthrough. What's so special about this is that my next skill point was number 20, and I got that for successfully bullying Klunk 4 times in a row. Skill point, Skillful Agent. Earn 20 skill points. And because this trophy list isn't the best by itself, 20 is where I can stop for the skill points. A real list would make me go all the way. Low-key though, thank you to whoever did that. Defeating Klunk at the end is also another trophy drop.
No fair.
Got a skill point.
You cheated.
Case closed. Defeat Klunk. And before going to challenge mode, I decided that I should warp back and pick up any remaining trophies now before I made it too difficult for myself. First up was buying a skin using titanium bolts, simple stuff. The Dan is worth 3. Okay, let's throw it in there. Legendary likeness. Purchase the Dan skin. Next was buying an item from the vendor, easy stuff. So I need to buy the PDA, support at a premium, and then I had to go for a specific skill point back on Voltaire. I told you we'd be coming back here. I had to do the rhythm section for that planet again, but this time it had to be with 0 mistakes made. You can imagine how that went, but also I'm gonna show you anyway. Me. Alright, that is 1 down. Bing, bing, bing. That is 2 down. I don't think this one has arrows, so that makes it a lot easier. Oh, almost a perfect record. No. Nice. No, the last one. Alright, we're in there. This is the last section, or 2 sections left, I think. No. Nice. 1 more section, I'm pretty sure. I have like dyslexia. But for like moving objects. Oh, I keep fat fingering. Oh, I think I got it. Please be the one. Yes. Laser focused. Earn the triple platinum record skill point. Probably the hardest thing in this game. That shit took me like 30 minutes, bro. It was rough. 2 more things to do was to get more titanium bolts. That ain't so bad. I see you. And then we saw the last one earlier. Bolt Scavenger. Obtain 20 titanium bolts. But then I saw something I dreaded. So we just have to do the Madam Butter Quark. And we go to challenge mode. Look, man, I'll do a lot for a trophy, but this crosses a line. Because it's not like I have to actually... Oh, I don't even have to play it! Encore. Replay the Madam Butterquark opera. I don't even have to play it. That's what we love to see. Alright, it ain't that bad. So now we go into challenge mode. It is about time. So in the first mission back in the museum, we picked up a challenge mode specific gadget. And right after I picked it up, I saw the perfect chance to use it. That's the therm shades. That is the therm shades. We're already there. So that should be a trophy for the thermo shades. Boom. To see the unseen. Number 33. So let's equip those. Alien code discovered. What does it mean? A trophy. The next thing to do was to get to the first Ratchet part as fast as possible for our second to last trophy. So we got to finish this level with the X12. 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump away. He's dead. Nice. Unstoppable Ratchet. Complete any arena prison planet with a 12x multiplier. Just like I said would happen. If you're in this deep and you don't know what the bolt multiplier is, go watch the whole series, man. What are you doing? Then for my last trophy, all it took was me getting some bolts for a very specific weapon purchase that can only be done in challenge mode. Alright, I'm Clank. Just the guy I wanted to see. But all we need is a proto weapon. Oh, look, a proto lightning rod that we can buy right here for 50,000 bolts. I wonder what that will do. New and improved. Purchase a proto weapon. Total trophy progress 100%. So that means we're the agency's finest. Unlock all trophies in Secret Agent Clank. We got the platinum. And I did say that I would tell you all my thoughts on this game after popping the platinum. And overall, I feel about the same as Size Matters. I think the Clank sections are mostly fun. And I think the Ratchet sections are fine. I had fun. But everything else was kind of a drag when I was just wanting to play as Ratchet or Clank the whole time. The Quark sections are especially abysmal. I hate them so fucking much. But the Gadgebot and the vehicle sections are awful to have to play through more than once. But I do think that the core with Ratchet and Clank is a better experience than Size Matters' core with Ratchet. Ratchet and the whatever Clank sections are in that game. So I'm giving this one a 5.5 out of 10, just so that it can be better than size matters in my rating. And that's it. We have now platinumed our 6th Ratchet and Clank game. All we have to do now is the PS3
Trophies. I don't have trophies. Where are my trophies? I can't be played without trophies.
Calm down, Tools of Destruction personified. I made you a personalized list of trophies that is all about you, and I actually have to play through you in challenge mode, unlike most of these other guys. Just check out the Google Doc in the description. You can even add your own suggestions as comments, as long as I haven't closed the doc and started playing it yet. And hey, while you're down there, you can like the video, subscribe, check out my Discord and Twitter. You already know about all that stuff.
Oh, okay. Thank you for everything, Moon. Never leave me.
Sure thing, Tools of Destruction. And hey, we'll see you in the next one.